All right, welcome back to a random what the hell are we going to build today video. In today's video, we are going to go ahead and take a 1x12 and a 1x3, and we are actually going to build one of these. Here recently, our German Shepherd ripped this off of our wife's desk, and now it does not function as it's supposed to. So instead of buying a new one of these, we are going to actually make one. I'd throw it across the room and make it a really cool YouTube video, but we're not going to do that because I'll end up breaking something. So we're going to set that right there. Now, you can go ahead and build one of these for yourself, build it, sell it on Marketplace, in a local booth, or on Etsy. It's entirely up to you. You can buy these anywhere from $20 all the way up to $100, depending on where you buy them, how you buy them, what they're made out of. So we're going to go ahead and show you a relatively cheap one to make, something that is designed by me, for me, but you guys can design it however you want. Look up all sorts of different ways that you guys can design these, and I'll show you a few different ways that Etsy actually has them on there for you to build them. So if you guys stick around, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so with every project that we do, remember all of these measurements are completely and entirely up to you, but this is designed specifically for a project that I am building. So we are going to specifically go for 14 inches with that first board, and that was our 1x12. Okay, so it doesn't matter what order that you cut these next boards in, but I will tell you the order that I am going to cut these in here. The first two boards that you're going to cut, you are going to put these at a 10-degree angle. You will cut one edge of this at 10 degrees, move it down 11 inches, and that will be from the long end to the short end, and cut that at 11 inches, and you'll cut two boards like that. And then you're going to cut two more boards at 7 inches long, and those boards are going to have one end with a 10-degree angle on it and the other end with a 90-degree angle on it. After you do that, you'll cut two more boards out the same exact way, but those will be 5¼ inches long. And like I said, that will have a 10-degree angle on it and then a 90-degree angle on the other side. All right, now your last two boards are going to be cut at 9 3/8 inches long, and those will have two 90-degree angle cuts on both sides. Now, what you seen me doing right there was marking my longer board on the edges there, and I am basically marking where I want the 10-degree angle on that main board so that I can go ahead and cut a 10-degree angle on the sides of that, so that when I attach those sides, it will match up with that as well. And you'll see where that attaches later on, and I will match it up right here. Go ahead and make sure that you come through and sand everything down, break the edges, but make sure that you don't sand too much where the two edges are going to come together, because you don't want a big crevice when they come together and you actually attach the two boards, and you'll see where those connect. So just make sure you knock down those edges and don't round anything over when you're sanding those down. I'm going to go ahead and use pocket holes for some of my attachments here, and that's going to attach my two leg boards to my main portion of this stand, and I will also do that for the bottom portions of my legs as well, and I'll show you everything when I attach them together. Now, something I did with this build, I went through and test fit everything before I actually stained everything and wanted to put everything together for a final fit up, because I wanted to make sure everything fit together real nice, and I pre-sanded everything while it was all together as well. So that is something that you might want to do while you're putting these together. It does take a little bit of extra time, but I think it would have saved me heartache if something wasn't going together correctly. Just a heads up, this is something I like to do. I like to clamp my pocket holes together so that when I screw those together, it does not actually shift on me, because it has a bad habit of shifting when I try to screw those together. And I also come through and mark all of these. This is something that you don't have to do, but I did mark this, countersink these, screw them together, and then put plugs in as well. But you don't actually have to do this, but it hides all of the hardware and looks really nice in the end. For our stains, I am coming through with a Bombay mahogany for the main portion of this. And then for the legs, I'm going to use a charcoal, and it actually gives a charcoal burned effect. Now, I will say, if you use that, once it dries, you have to wipe that down, because it leaves like a residue that will continue to come off. And if you touch it, even while it's dry, it comes off kind of like ashy, and it's really weird. So make sure that you wipe it off after it dries so you don't get it all over yourself and all over anything else that you're working with. Go ahead and get everything together and put yourself a nice top coat on there so it has a nice protective coat for any scratches or anything like that, and you should be good to go. And we'll go over pricing and material cost and everything like that here in a minute. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there you go, our finished product right here. Some of my cuts are a little bit more in depth, a little bit more complicated, but most woodworkers should be able to do it. Or make it a little bit more simple for yourself and make these 90-degree cuts and make it a level riser. It's perfectly fine. It does not have to be slanted like this, but this makes it a really good design. So, and this is all it's meant to do. And this will end up sitting in my wife's office. This raises this up for her other monitor, and this is all it is intended to do. Now, something like this gives her an extra area down below so that she can slide things underneath there. So it has a multi-use. Time, material, and profit. So for the time, for the very first build, it probably took me about an hour trying to figure out my measurements, the sizes, what I wanted everything to be like, I will probably be able to get this down to 15 minutes to a half an hour. That would include staining and things like that, not obviously putting a finish on it because that takes multiple coats and drying times. But if we just wanted to talk about making all of the cuts and making this the same, probably 15 minutes to a half an hour to make multiple sets of these. Now, along with that, we want to talk maybe $10 to $15 in material. Very, very cheap. We're talking screws, a little bit of wood for this, and all your wood and a little bit of glue. Super cheap to make. Max $10 to $15. That is absolute max that you're going to spend to make this. All right, so let's talk about selling price. Now, I will put some Etsy prices on here. I would at least say you can get anywhere from $60 to $70 for these safely, making them out of pine, depending on your local market. Now, on Etsy, they do sell for $80, $90, $100, all the way up to $140, and those are for pine. But you also have to remember that they also sell hardwood ones on there, walnut, beech, oak, ones like that for $120 to $140 as well. So you will have that market to compete with as well. So if you're going to make it out of pine, you better be making it look really nice and offer something that those hardwoods don't offer, because those are really nice as well. Keep that in mind. If you're going to try to market for a premium price with pine, you better offer something that other people are not offering. All right, everybody, that's all I've got for you today. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you hit that like button, hit the hype button along with that. I appreciate it. The channel appreciates it. It helps us get out there, helps the channel grow. And like always, you guys are the foundation of this channel. I love you guys, and I hope to catch you in the next video.